Hello friends, once again welcome to psvtrainings.com. Today I'm going to talk about one of the important utility which every administrator must be knowing about it, called log analysis utility. If you work as an administrator, one thing scares you, especially when you're new in administration, Hyperion EPMA. There are tons of log files and which log file one should refer. Right? There are close to 400 log file. Identify the right log file and looking into the error, it's really a critical task and time consuming as well. Considering this, Oracle has released a utility called log analysis, which eases your job a lot. So let's talk about this utility and see a couple of examples. This utility is primarily released with 11.123. Prior to that, it used to come as patch, which will help you to play around and filter the records available in your log file. So it allows you to slice and dice the data available in your log file. It is indeed a versatile utility, especially when you're into troubleshooting activities in Hyperion. So this utility provides you a couple of parameters. You can find this utility under EPMA user1 bin, and once you run this utility, it will render the HTML file. So this is the path under which you can find under EPMA Oracle Middleware Home, user project, EPM system 1 bin, right? And if you run this utility alone, it will create a summary report in HTML format for all the uh, you know all the log files, all parameter. It creates a summary report under diagnostic report folder. However, if you like to see what are different parameters are available with this, you can simply type this log file and press enter. Right, these are the different parameters are available. There are multiple options are available. In order to make it easy to understand, I'm going to simplify this parameter for you. Now there are different kind of errors, and accordingly you need to filter out what piece of information you like to figure out. So these are the different parameters. Let's talk about all of them one by one. First, you decide the type of messages you like to capture. It's an error messages, warning, notification, or incidents error. So you can pass -m and define the kind of error message you like to consider. For example, I like to see only error messages, right? So you can log analysis -m, you can pass error. This is used extensively. You also like to find out the error occurred during a certain time period. So you can use a -t and define the timestamp. This is a format of time you can use. You may also like to see the error occurred in last 2 hours, 3 hours, 60 minutes, 70 minutes. We can pass a tmin. You can also use time, t-date to specify number of days, time. I like to see error occurred today, t-date 1. Error occurred in last 30 minutes, tmin 30. Right? So this way you confine your attention, confine your focus, so that you can figure out the error quickly. You also like to figure out the errors on certain string. -s in double quotes you can pass in a string parameter, like null pointer exception, Java null pointer exception, out of memory exception, fail to connect database. These are some common errors which we find it very often day-to-day life. So you can find using string and pass the type of error you are looking into. In addition to this, as per Oracle standard, Oracle create a context ID, error context ID, right? Exception execution context ID. So you can specify execution context ID as well. You can further confine to max size, and last parameter is important. As I said, log analysis utility render the HTML report, right, in a readable format. So you can define outline file name as well. If you don't define, system uses own name with a timestamp and name of your timestamp it uses, and log analysis postfix.html. Let's see. So what would you like to know the moment you start your services? I prefer when I start my services, I like to see these full log files in the beginning. But in addition to this, there are tons of log file. The moment you start your services, the recommended you should look the log file pertaining to any error which occurred during starter. So you look at the starter log file. Let me show you. Today only I started my server few hours before. So you see I would have a set of log files under EPMA system 1 diagnostic log under your starter. If you sort by time, you see today at 8th of August, I started my server at 4:38. I click on this and read the message. I started my SBS server, so time taken is 2 seconds. You also see a log file. There are type of log file called error, ERR, and output, right? So I would like to see a summary log file over here. I started and started my server multiple times. So you can watch these log files. This log file talk about stopper. All the services get stopped when I invoke. I think I stopped my Hyperion services, and these are the Hyperion services get stopped. You see, and the time taken. So it's pretty nice summary information about what is happening in your system. This is the first log file one should look into, right? Then you prefer to look at the second, the services log file. The service log file tell you about what services are up running, what services have issues. Like in couple of the services I've got some issue. I'll debug into this in detail, but I can just open this log file, reporting analysis services. You see ERR is the error file, OUT is the output file. So I see I have a couple of services, my GSM service is not working. I'll figure it out what is causing it. But as of now I see the error is GSM service not working. I'll take this string and later on I pass this as an argument. Right, so there could be tons of error, tons of log file. You need some time to spend to start learning them, right? Or you have an outline, OTL output log file, you have ERR log file. So we are more concerned about error log file, right? So I could see a error message over here. Administration service may not be running. Just few minutes before I connected to SBS server and it was not running and tried to fetch the application. So I found this error message. You're more confined to see the running mode, started mode, isn't it? Admin mode, resume mode, running mode, started mode. These are different modes in which your server transit from start to end. So this is second log file. Third log file you prefer to run pertaining to your product specific log file and server specific. Product specific log file you can find under user project diagnostic log. You can go to user project diagnostic log. For example, I like to use a log file pertaining to space. So I open space, application specific log or application specific log or generic log. So sbase.log file contain all the log file for across all application. Right, I could see every time user connected, disconnected, the information being recorded over here. Whatever activity you do, it is being recorded into this log file. Right, reading this log file in a whole, let's take you ages. So we need to have some mechanism through which we can simplify this. Database started, you know. So this is one log file. This is database specific, application product specific log file. In addition to this, you can see the server log file as well. Right, server log file you can find under user project domain EPM. You can see server log file. That shows the 4 log file you should look into. Domain, user project domain EPM system 1, user project domain EPM system, your server, then select a server. For example, I like to see the log file pertaining to space server, space server admin services log. This is a log file pertaining to space server. I sort by date. The latest log file I have for 11th of August. I can click on this and look at the, scroll down and look at the error code. So you see there are huge number of log files are available. There are a number of reasons the error may occur. Debugging this will take you ages. So we can use log analysis utility to ease your job. Let's see how it works. So log analysis utility found under user project under bin. Log analysis. Let me start and we discuss what are the parameters it has 4 parameters: type of message, timestamp, string, and ECID. You can also control the output in which the data is going to transfer. The final output report is going to be prepared. Okay. Let me run the first script. I like to see all the system error available under my SBase server. Right? So I call log analysis. I like to system error, so I pass argument system. Right? For today, in last 1 day, all the error occurred under my SBase server. So I can pass this argument. Sorry. Under diagnostic log SBase, I pass this folder. This folder will be taken as an argument, and log file will be rendered for this folder. Only system error for 1 day before. I run this, it ran so fast. Under diagnostic, you see report. A report get created. Log analysis followed by the timestamp. Today at 5:27. Right. When I open this, I see the list. You see the summary at the top. Log analysis report. Right. Timestamp, general report, date filter for 1 date. Log file scan the 11 log file. 11 second line log file gets scanned with 0 second. Okay. Number of error, number of incidents, message are found. So you can see this log message, no record found, and which log files contain the error message. The name of the log file is mentioned over here. It's a pretty summary report which is my job, right? Let's even broaden the searching criteria. So rather than searching log file for a specific directory, I do not specify any directory. I leave it like this and I run it. Now it will take more time, but it will create a log file for multiple directory. It may even take 10-15 minutes as well. Depends upon the volume of log file you have. Because I did not specify any directory, it will diagnostic look into this folder. Under all logs, under user project, all log, it will look the log file under this. It will look log file under middleware, EPM, diagnostics, logs. Under all these log files, the database log file, supporting component log files. It also see the log file under server, EPM system 1. So system is going to look at the log file, fall under different category, different path as well, installation log and all kind of logs. Product, server, diagnostics, log, the multiple log files are being accessed. It would have completed by now. Let's see. The log file got created. Okay, and I could see the summary report over here under middleware, user project, diagnostics, report, diagnostic reports, and see this report is 631 KB. So number of log files scanned 232, time taken 25 seconds, total errors found 167 error, and total incidence is 2. Now I can confine my focus and see what kind of error I like to look into, and to go through each error and see whether this is the error we were looking into or not. For example, null pointer exception and missing record. Right, this is one error we are looking into. So this way you can confine in terms of time, in terms of directory structure, in terms of string as well. So I've seen one example of time and directory structure. Let's see. Rather than looking all log file, I like to further confine my focus to a specific category of error. So error I can pass as a string minus s under double quotes, pass your string parameter. Right. This time it will create log file for all the directories only for this error message. Right, because I got a lot of error message, some of them may not be relevant to my purpose. So we are further confining our focus with a specific string. Right, it takes further some more time. It is still rendering. Right, string, and the last parameter which you can try on your own, you can further define the output. Rather than you want the report to be created in a defined location under diagnostic report, you can define your own path and name of the you can define the name of your own log file. And also you can control the size of the log file. Under max size, you can define it. So see, the log file has been created. Log file report has been created with the error message Java util missing resource exception. I'll double click on this, and 232 log files and we scan. 25 seconds has been taken, and these are the log files, the list of log files where these issues are found. Right? No found. The kind of error message may not be system error, because the combination of we say system error, today date, right? I can further delete the system error. It was an incident as well. So you can the various combination of date, time, string, and figure out the piece of error message you're looking into. This way you can use a log analysis utility. Right, so that's it for today. When you're looking the log file, make sure what kind of error you're looking into. There are three categories of error, as I said. System error, which talk about error pertaining to inter-component communication error, like your database is down, right? Or your services you are trying to communicate is down. It's a simple example of inter-component communication error. Your directory communication, you are using network directory, network folder, and it doesn't exist, which the system is true. Then you have a functional error as well, right? Warning message, notification trace, list, and context execution error. So you define what kind of error you're looking into when you define your log analysis utility as well. And with time and practice, you can get a expertise. So this was the basic introduction of log analysis utility. Okay, subscribe to our YouTube channel. In a subsequent video, we'll talk about in more detail how to debug advanced errors using log analysis utility. So thanks for watching today's video. Should you have any question, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.